A new kind of race, a new kind of space race is about to kick off. The International Space Station now faces competition. China and Russia have signed a deal. They want to build a space station of their own on the moon. India too is working on its own space station. What does this mean for space exploration? Will space now have borders? Our next report tells you more.
The International Space Station. It's perhaps one of the few initiatives in the world that competing world powers can agree on. Despite the tensions between the United States and Russia, American and Russian astronauts still collaborate on the International Space Station. That might soon change. Russia plans to go a different way. Moscow has joined hands with Beijing. China and Russia will build a space station on the surface of the moon. The Americans have been planning their own base, the Lunar Gateway, a space station that will orbit the moon. NASA has secured agreements with the European Space Agency, Japan and Canada for this, but they couldn't get Russia on board. Moscow will now work with Beijing to gain a foothold on the moon. China has its own reasons to pursue this mission. Beijing is banned from the International Space Station. In 2011, the American Congress passed a law banning American contact with the Chinese space program. And without the United States, China can't get a ticket to the ISS. So it began planning its own space station, beyond the lunar base. China has plans to build a Chinese space station that would float above the Earth and could be roughly 1/5 of the ISS by mass. The next target seems to be infrastructure on the moon for deeper space exploration. Already, China has sent several robotic missions to the moon, including the 2019 landing on the far side of the moon. Also a successful mission to scoop up lunar dirt. In December last year, a capsule of lunar material scraped by a Chinese spacecraft landed in Inner Mongolia. The race for more permanent bases in space is just picking up pace. And the US, Russia and China are not the only ones in the game. Back in 2019, India had announced its own plans for a space station, a facility that weighs 20 tons and can be placed in an orbit 400 kilometers above the Earth. 2 years ago, the chairman of India's space agency ISRO, K. Sivan, had shared some details. He said astronauts will be able to stay at the Indian space station for 15 to 20 days, and modalities for this will be worked out after Gaganyaan, India's first manned mission to space. Bureau Report, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.